Hello, this is Run the Numbers. My name is Jason, and today we're doing a video part of our warm-up series. It's also a video part of our 100 video challenge. That's doing 100 videos in 100 days. It's a kind of self-imposed challenge where I'm trying to make a whole lot of content, and that's to help you in this effort of possibly giving you tips and tricks and just other ways putting topics top of mind and helping you on your personal finance journey. So we're in motion, we're on the go, and we're talking today about a good topic, which is something I haven't shared as of yet. Now on my channel, I've shared a whole lot about the credit cards I have and like the credit cards I'm considering to get that I might have sort of on deck, if you want to think of it that way. I've talked about some of the banking solutions I've used. I have a video to highlight 5 in particular. Take it to the bank, 5 banking solutions. And I'll put the link to that video in the description. But this is to say, I've shared a lot about different things of my own. I haven't yet shared about what different investment accounts I have. So what are the different platforms I use to make investments? So I want to kind of go and now I'm not endorsing any one in particular. These just happen to kind of come through as things I've used throughout the years for various reasons. I am considering others to use, so at any point I could switch over or continue using these. So kind of, use at your own risk or use at your own pleasure, but I'll share the ones that I happen to have. So if I want to do individual stock picking and try to play the game to get great returns from kind of my own investing, rather than looking at a major fund, an ETF, a diversified portfolio, any sort of something. If I want to do actual individual stock picking, for the longest time I have been using, well, it changed over the years. Originally, my very first thing I got was something called iZone, if you want to look that up. And that was because at the time it had like remarkably low prices for stock commissions. This is back when you actually had to pay you had to pay an additional fee, a commission, to purchase an individual stock. So that was quite some time ago. I'm dating myself a little bit, but this is to say, I started off very first way to get into this was through this thing called iZone. That kind of changed over and became into Ameritrade, became TD Ameritrade, and now it's eventually the latest iteration of sorts is that it's under Charles Schwab. So it's a Schwab account. So that's the one, long-winded way to explain, that's the one I use for just, if I want to pick individual stocks. Now, I have other accounts where, and other things in addition to individual stocks, of course. I've mentioned in the past, when in fact even mentioned here about the video for Take It to the Bank, 5 banking solutions, and I've mentioned how I have the use of Wealthfront. And in Wealthfront, there is a managed investment account, and that puts your funds into many different stocks. That I should highlight, it goes under this camp. So I do have that where I have some funds that are part of the managed account, in addition to, of course, Wealthfront's cash accounts and all that. So I want to throw Wealthfront in there. I should mention through retirement accounts, those being from my Roth IRA, those being from previous 401k, kind of all things have kind of been rolled into a different number of things. Some I do actually still carry over into the Charles Schwab account, but also I spread out. Some of those are in a Fidelity account. There are some other platforms, some additional ones, but I'll kind of move on to say I do also have some funds in a 529. That's the tax advantaged account to use for the purpose of tuition and payments for higher education. It's kind of marketed as kind of the college savings, the college investment account. So I've got a whole lot of funds there. I do in the 529 have an account specifically with Vanguard. So Vanguard comes into the mix. And then last but not least, I should highlight that, yep, I do dabble, and there's a whole potential topic, a video to cover this, but I do have money in crypto, and that is to say, yeah, I've got a wallet on a couple different, but mainly I would say, well, I'll just leave it as not to get too specific with the crypto, but I'll just throw in that there are some funds there. And I guess if you technically want to know about other accounts in terms of investments, I guess you could throw in treasuries. So a Treasury Direct account, that's just a standard way to just purchase from treasuries, from T-bills to I-bonds to other things that I get from the Treasury. So I have a whole host of various different accounts. Thought to cover them here and now, just so that you get a sense as to some of the other accounts that you might want to consider for yourself. Not necessarily needing these platforms, these specific accounts, but just ones that I hold at the moment, and they could be things that you want to think about, either all or none or somewhere in between. So yeah, hopefully that could help and share the things I'm using. Please leave a comment as to some of the favorite ones that maybe you use. Of course, I'm happy to learn of some of the newer ones, from Public to Moomoo to Robinhood. There's so many other ones. Acorn. There's a lot that I know that are out there that I just kind of haven't, peeked into yet. And it's not because there's not merit in those platforms. I've just yet to do an investigation and explore around to try them out. So I'd love to know your opinion if you've already done some investing with those platforms, and you could speak to if you like them or not. So please share, of course, back with me and maybe to others with a comment to some of the ones that you like. Also, if you do have some that I've already mentioned and you might even have a different opinion, or you want to confirm the things I've mentioned that, yeah, these ones are fine, that too. Let everyone know. Put a comment. And while I'm asking you to do some things, go ahead and like and subscribe, and that way other people can maybe learn of different platforms and different things that I mention, kind of some element of a discovery engine of sorts. So with that, with all my pleading done, I'll leave you there, and gotta run.